is Norm Nadeau from Willington, Connecticut, rural USA. And today we're going to show you one of America's first hydrogen hybrid cars. That's right, it not only uses gasoline and a little bit of it, but it's supported by 4 liters of hydrogen a minute through an onboard hydrogen fuel cell that we picked up in a kit that you could buy online. Any American can now convert his or her gas or diesel car into a hydrogen hybrid. Now the benefits of putting hydrogen into a car are quite simple. Number one and only, we've got 22 parts per million of emissions coming out the tailpipe, which means it's a zero emissions vehicle. Very, very green. Second of all, it cleans the engine because the hydrogen likes the carbon atoms or molecules and burns it up in the combustion chamber. Thus the engine will last twice as long as an ordinary engine. Let's open the hood here right now and we can show you how this system works and how simple and safe that it is to be on America's roads. Now once again, we don't store hydrogen, we don't have a hydrogen tank and a metal hydroxide tank in this car. As fast as the hydrogen is made, it is burned into the combustion chamber. Also, we're using a non-caustic electrolyte called white vinegar that you can buy in any grocery store. Let's take a look under the hood. This system has been installed on this Audi 8,000 miles ago. We've had pretty much flawless, completely flawless. We have all the bugs out of it completely, so it's ready for commercial use. It's ready for a normal person to buy a kit, have it delivered on their deck in a box, bring it to your local trained master mechanic, and they can install these kits in your car. Usually it takes about a half a day to install a kit in a car. But once it's done, expect your fuel mileage to increase by 15 to 45% or more. This car gets around 40 miles to the gallon. If I was a little lighter on the gas, I could probably get about 45 miles to the gallon. When I first bought this car, I could only go about 350 to 400 miles on a tank full. Now it's 500 to 600 miles per tank full of fuel. So when gas goes to $5 a gallon, here is your solution. If you don't have $30,000 to $35,000 or $40,000 to buy these brand new hybrids coming out with these lithium-ion batteries that are caustic to the environment when they need to be replaced 5 years down the road, and they're also quite expensive. Here is the little vinegar tank right here. It holds about 2 liters of vinegar, has a little air space in it. Okay, the fuel cell is mounted in front of the grill to get plenty of air. The fuel cell draws 14 amps cold, 18 amps warm, so it really does not put a strain on the alternator or charging system of an automobile. The vinegar goes into the bottom of the fuel cell. Electricity goes into the fuel cell and electrochemically splitting a liquid into gas. Liquid is vinegar, the gas is hydrogen, oxygen molecules. It comes out of the top of the pipe, out of the top of the fuel cell, comes around, goes back into the tank. The air part fills up with hydrogen, and then the hydrogen goes into the engine. It has to bypass a water collector first, and then pure hydrogen gets pumped into the engine. When the engine warms up, the computer automatically leans out the injectors on this particular model. Some models you need to put in what they call an EPI. It's an electronic device that helps the computer lean out its engine because we have hydrogen and fuel going in the engine at the same time. Okay? So basically the hydrogen cleans up the gasoline, the combustion, the CO2. It cleans it up. Okay, let's start it up and take a look at this. One other benefit of having hydrogen in a car is the engine runs super smooth. So you're going down a road and the engine is very smooth. The engine doesn't shake. You also get a nice rush of horsepower as well, added to what you currently have. So that's why you use less pedal, use less gas, save more fuel. Here, you can see the hydrogen coming out of the fuel cell. Come on over here. Here you can see the hydrogen coming out of the fuel cell. Okay? Hydrogen comes out of the fuel cell, comes back into the tank, and then just hydrogen gas comes out of here, goes into the water separator, and comes around, and hydrogen gets pumped right into the engine. Now, a lot of questions are, what are you going to do in the wintertime with a system like this? Well, the fuel cell is good to 20 below zero, so that solves that. Vinegar freezes at 20 degrees. So the solution is 50% vinegar, 50% windshield washer fluid for the winter. Still going to get the hydrogen, still going to have good results. Every 5,000 miles, a fuel cell should be flushed.